I'm sharing the screen. Okay, right. So can you see the screen? Okay. Okay. So we are in day 29 today. Okay, day 29, and today we are going to discuss on capacity planning and capacity leveling. Capacity planning and leveling. Okay. So what is meant by capacity planning and capacity leveling, right? And what are the capacity planning elements? Settings for capacity planning, maintaining available capacity, capacity evaluation, capacity leveling, mass processing, and capacity reduction. So all this we are going to discuss today. Okay. So basically, what is meant by capacity planning? So we know that in SAP production planning, work center is the main master data where it is used for capacity. It is used for determining the capacity, right? Without work center, you cannot even able to manufacture or produce a particular finished good. Okay, right? So this capacity is maintained in where in work center, correct? Correct. So that work center is the main master data which is used in order to vary the capacity. Okay. So let us take an example. Okay. What example? You have a work center named Mixer 1. Okay. And that under that work center, today's target is to produce 1,000 pieces. Okay. And the capacity of the work center is to produce 1,000 pieces per day. Okay. That is its capacity. If you load much more production orders under the same work center, does the work center able to produce 2,000 pieces in a single day? No. Why? Because its capacity is only 1,000. Correct? So, but in SAP, what happens is SAP does the infinite, it always considers the work center has a infinite capacity. Very, very important. The concept is very important. Always system considers that the work center has an infinite capacity. What is meant by infinite capacity? It doesn't check. It will not check whether my work center is able to produce this particular goods or not. Okay. It will just simply, if you keep on adding the production orders on that particular date, it will simply keep on adding the capacity of the work center, which is not correct, right? We forcefully we cannot put multiple production orders under that particular work center because its capacity is only to produce 1,000. So that planning we need to do in SAP as a production planning end user. I mean, in the from the end user side, he need to evaluate the capacity, he need to plan the capacity, and he need to level the capacity. Okay, so that concept, that functionalities we are going to see now. Okay, capacity planning overview. So in the capacity planning overview, what is that mentioned? So from either it can be from SOP, sales and operation planning, or from the demand management when an MRP run takes place. Capacity requirement planning only, it will be capacity requirement planning will be determined, but in SAP always considers that the work centers has infinite capacity. Okay, that is the reason nowadays what happens, the new additional modules got integrated into SAP systems. What are those? Like, let's say PPDS, production planning and detailed scheduling. What does PPDS do? In PPDS, whatever the planned orders or the production orders, it will be the capacities will be determined properly and the scheduling happens properly. System there, it will understand that the work center has only limited capacity and according to its capacity, I need to distribute the production orders across multiple timelines. Okay, it will not dump everything into one single timeline, considering infinite capacity. You got it? So that is what nowadays in the latest S4 HANA with production planning. Also, PPDS got integrated. Before it was in APO. Okay, it was in a different server, different box, APO, Advanced Planning and Optimization. Now that has been removed from APO and kept within SAP itself. Okay, which is used to do the detailed scheduling. Okay, right. So now capacity planning overview. A capacity availability check is not performed with metal requirement planning. Okay, you see, the first and foremost point is the capacity availability check is not performed. Okay, it will not, system will not check whether my work center has this, it can able to do this or not. It will simply keep on increasing the planned orders. Okay, so capacity planning must be executed separately in a second step. Okay, master data plan orders and production orders provide data that can be used to represent available capacities and capacity requirements. The available capacity is a measure of the work that a capacity can perform per day, per workday. Correct? So, what is meant by available capacity? Available capacity is nothing but how much the work center can able to produce on a single day. That is known as your available capacity. Okay. So what we will do in capacity evaluations? In capacity evaluation, you will evaluate for that work center what is the load. Okay, what is the load on that particular date? That is known as capacity evaluation. What is capacity leveling? After once you evaluate, you need to do the distribution. You need to do the leveling. Okay. If you find any work center got overloaded, you need to do that leveling. Okay. Manually. Okay. There is no automatic process in capacity leveling. The user need to do that manually. But whereas in PPDS, system will take care and it will do the scheduling automatically based on the considering the available capacity of the work center. Okay. Important concept. Even this is also a important concept. Okay. So capacity planning elements. What are the different terms you need to understand here? So the available capacity represents the capacity available for production at a work center. Simple. The name itself, by looking into the term itself, you can understand. It means what is my available capacity, and you can schedule the sequence of operations to determine the times for the capacity requirements. Correct? To calculate the capacity requirements, the system uses formulas containing dates and quantities for production requirements. Okay. The capacity evaluation gives you an overview of the load and the production requirements. So all these things we are going to check in the system. Nothing to worry. After that, when once you go through the PPT again, then you will understand what is that we are trying to achieve or trying to cover in this today's class. Okay. So what we will do, I will go to the system itself. Okay, and I will show you how we can do the capacity planning, capacity evaluation, and capacity leveling. Okay. Okay. Even in the interviews, they will simply ask, can you please explain about capacity planning and leveling? Okay. Then you need to explain what and all we are discussing today. You need to explain in a very brief way what is meant by capacity leveling, all those things. Okay. So what we are going to do as a part of a demo, what we are going to do, we are going to create a work center. We are going to create a new work center. Why? What is the need for creating a new work center? Because we are making use of a new work center, and for that work center we will load some capacities, we will load some production orders, we will load some planned orders, and then we will check how to evaluate the capacity for that work center and how to do the leveling for the new work center. Say I can take existing work center also, but there might be other orders already exist for the existing work center, which will create little bit of confusion in understanding the concept. Correct? So that is the reason we will go with the new one only. Okay. So first step is what? Create a new work center. Second step is what? Create some production orders for on that for that what new work center. Okay, for that new work center. Then check for capacity planning. Okay, and evaluate its capacity. Next step is evaluate its capacity, and the next step is do the capacity leveling. Okay, this is what we are going to do here. And last step is, what was the last step? We will also find some methods to reduce the capacity. Okay, what are the different ways to reduce the capacity of a work center also we will see. Okay, so I'm going to the system itself. So what is the first step? Create a work center now. So what is the T code to create a work center? CR01. Okay, what work center we will create? Let's say we will create, right? Which one we will create? You can tell me. Else, dozer, dozer 3. Dosing, you understand it? Dosing means mixing. Okay, mixing. Okay, so work center category is what? It is a production work center. So production work center. What is the work center category? Can anyone tell me? It's 0001, right? It is a production. It is not any plant maintenance, nothing. It is a production work center, and when I say it's a production work center, it is a group of machines, correct? So 0001. Okay, so those are for production. Okay, plant 1710 for our identification. I gave like this. Okay, person responsible, person 001. Usage all task list types, standard value key, SAP 1. Okay, click on enter. Okay, go to default values. See, I'm going little bit speed here. Why? Because I hope you guys know how to create these work centers, correct? With all the details. Okay. So I'm going little bit speed here. What is the capacity category? Machine, right? Machine. Click on enter. So those are for production, plant 1710, correct? Capacity person responsible, any person responsible you can give. Capacity based unit is, we will take which one? Hours, huh? Hours we will take. So what is the capacity of the work center now? You need to specify here. I will specify. Okay, I will specify from 8 to 17. Morning 8 to evening 5, 1 hour break. Okay. Capacity utilization 100% I am going to utilize. Okay. Right. So set up formula. SAP 00 for tear processing formula. SAP 006. See, I'm going a little bit speed, right? Because I hope you guys know all these things. Okay. Now my capacity of work center is 8. Click on relevant to finite scheduling. Okay. Now, right? Now, go back. Next, what is the next step? Scheduling. Correct? Duration of setup. SAP 001. SAP 002. Capacity category 001. Click on enter. Correct? Go to the costing. Are you guys getting now what we are doing? Recollect the work center class. Okay, work center master data class. Okay, so we are just simply creating work center, nothing critical or complex we are doing. We are simply creating the work center. You're getting? You're getting? Okay, right. Okay. See, dozer 3. My work center is dozer 3. Good. Now, for this dozer 3, what we did, the available capacity, the capacity of this dozer 3 is 8 hours. Correct? So, how to check? How to check the available capacity, the capacity planning. Okay, what is the T code? The T code is CM01. Okay, the T code to view the capacity of a given work center is CM01. Very, very important. CM01. I can go from the path also. How? Slash n SAP. Okay, slash n SAP. Where is this here? So one or the other, just keep on changing this. Okay, just a second. Wait. SAP menu, logistics, okay, production, okay, production. Next, go to capacity planning. You see, capacity planning. Next, evaluation. Okay, go to capacity leveling. Okay, available capacity. Go to available capacity. Capacity. CR12 change. CR13 display. Okay, but we need to go to the capacity planning. Correct. So we'll go to work center view. Okay, see CM01. Okay, CM01. That is what we went now. So click on CM01. Okay, work center, dozer 3. Okay, click on enter. Okay, once you click on enter, you will see that from for the year 2022, okay, for the year 2022, system is showing the available, sorry, no, it is showing in the week view. Okay, it's showing in the weeks view, right? Now what we will do, we will make it to display in the day view. Okay, we'll make it to display in the day view. So click on enter, click on enter. Okay, wait, let me change it to the day view. Okay, you see, you, you need to click on settings, general settings. Okay, general settings. Now go to day. Okay, you got it, go to day, click on enter. You see, each day you are, you can able to see the available capacity. Correct? How we did, let me go back and show you once again. Okay, go back. Simply click on slash n cm01. Okay, so you will enter the work center. Correct? You will enter the capacity planner group and you will enter the plant. I mean, the total already will be pre-entered because just now we created the work center, so it will come. So go to settings, general. Okay, you see here periods. Click on day. Okay, click on day. Next, what is the next step? Click on tick mark and then click on enter. Then you will see all the capacities will be shown on this day. Okay, now you see on today it was the available capacity is 8 hours. Okay, tomorrow 8. Why day after tomorrow is 0? Fifth is 0, sixth is 0. Can anyone tell me why it is 0 on the day? And why it is 0 on 11th? Why it is 0 on 12th? What is the reason? Yeah, weekend agreed. Okay, correct, correct, correct. It will correct. So it will simply take the reference from where? From the factory calendar. That is the reason factory calendar is very, very important. Okay, very, very important in terms of for a production planning guide. Okay, other modules you ignore, they won't care about what is the holidays, all those things. Okay, but for a PP guide, the factory calendar majorly impacts what? The entire planning. Okay, so that is the reason The PP guy should aware of how the configuration, how you can set the holidays, how you can remove the holidays to your working days, all those things. Okay, we will see that. Nothing to worry. You see, fourth, fifth, sixth is the holiday. That is the reason it is showing as 00 there. Okay. Now what we will do? Let's do some. Let's create a production order for using this work center under this work center and check the load. Okay, and check the load and we'll see how it behaves. Okay, so what is the T code to create a production order? I'm going directly and creating a production order. Okay, for which material? Let's take a 2963 only. Okay, any metal you can take, not at all a problem. So any FG which has a proper master data you can take. So I'm taking 2963. Okay. Order type is PP01. Correct. So click on enter. How much? How much? 1000. Okay. 1000. Okay. Now, before that, we need to specify how much the work center can able to produce on a single day. Right. Where you will do that? In the routings. Okay. So first what we will do, you know, we will go to, right, COIS. What is COIS? COIS is a comprehensive report, okay, which is used to check what are the existing production orders in a given plant. Okay, see, these many production orders exist for a given plant. Now let's take any one of the finished good and we'll change its routing. Okay, and then we will create a production order for that finished good. Okay, so which metal we will take? We will take this one, 2923. Okay. So go to CA02. See, I could have went with a new material altogether, but again, all the master data you need to create, right? BOM, routing, production version. So instead of that, I'm going to use the existing material finished good and we will simply change the part. Simply change the work center there. Those are three. Okay. And I'm going to maintain one operation for the sake of simplicity. Just to make the things simple and clear to understand, I'm going to maintain only one operation. Okay. For this work center. And my base quantity is how much? Let's keep 500. Okay. 500. And my processing time is how much? My processing time, okay, is, let's click on enter. This has, those are three, right? Those are three. Machine time, it has doesn't have processing time, huh? Why? Just a second, huh? Anna, ఇది తలపట్టేసి. Okay, okay. So it doesn't has, it seems, the processing time, huh? Right? Let me go and check the work center. Okay. Setup machine labor we have. Okay, go to the costing. Setup machine labor we have. Okay, process. Okay. What we will do, right? So, what was the routing we took yesterday to discuss this one? Which one? The capacity planning 2985, right? Let's check that. Wait, let's check this. Okay, the machine time only, no? Correct, correct. Sorry, my bad. I was a little bit deviated. So 2923, I'm going to take the same material. Okay, go to the routing, go to the group counter one. Okay, so delete the second operation. Okay, change, keep the first operation, but change the work center to dozer 3. Okay, for how much quantity? 500 quantity. my for 500 quantity, my machine time, how much? 8 hours, huh? Okay, 8 hours. I'm going to take 8 hours, okay, to produce 500. You got it? And my work center available capacity in a given day is 8 hours. Okay. Now save this. Save this routing. Okay. Now C was 01. Okay. Before creating the routing, let me also check whether the production version is there or not. So 2923. Okay. 2923. Okay. We have two production versions. Okay. Right. Good. Now I'm going to C was 01 2923. How much? 500. Correct? 500 is my order quantity also is 500 because I'm going to show you that my if my order quantity is 500 and as per the routing system is the work center is going to take 1 day to produce 500 and now once the order was created I will show the capacity how the capacity was impacted. Okay, right. Now save this production order. Okay, save this production order. Now go to which one? CM01. Okay. You see, when you have created a production order on today. Okay. Now you see, once I click on refresh, it will become 0 and the capacity load will become 100%. You see, when we have created production order today only, right? Change, go to the change mode. Oh, it has took 2nd of June till 10th of June. Eh? Why? My order quantity is 500, my operations 500, okay, and based on the base quantity 500, 8 hours, and my work center available is 8 hours, right? Just a second. Why it should have completed for today only, no? Go to the capacities, go to the capacity. Okay, yeah, right. So what happened to this order? Let me check this. Okay, let me check the order. We'll try to keep the date for today only. Okay, okay, save this. Go to the change display mode. Mm. Oh, okay, we have SMK, all those things, huh? Arey yaar. Wait. Go to the change mode of the order. We have unnecessarily the SMK, schedule margin key. Okay, yesterday's concept. Okay, so that impacted your order, your order start date and finish date. Done. Fine. Okay, now I'll change this to 02. Okay, save this. Okay, now go to the change display mode. Again, it is showing as 7th. Okay, from 8 hours it is starting, and the next day till 2 2:37 p.m. it is taking. Okay, okay, that's fine. Click on refresh. Load is on. Okay, load is on. On 2nd of June, it is showing 38%, and on 3rd of June, it is showing 63%. Okay, well, the reason is it has distributed between 2nd and 3rd of June. Okay, I will go to the change mode. I'll try to keep it on 2nd of June only, but uh, that's fine. Okay, what we can do one thing. You'll say this, create one more order. Okay, create one more order, CO01. See, I'm entering the load. I'm maintaining the load for this. Okay. Before doing that, I'm going to the material master and I'm going to remove that SMK. Okay. Because I don't want to make it complex to look complex. So I'm going to remove SMK because that is going to uh, affect your production order dates now. So I've just removed the SMK. Now go to CO01 and 2923. Okay. Create one more order for how much? 500. Okay. Current date. Click on enter. Okay. Click on enter. Okay. Now save this order. Save this order. Now go to this capacity planning. Click on refresh. You see, on 3rd of June, system is saying that you need 10 hours. Okay, you need 10 hours in order to manufacture two of the order quantity 1000, but I have only 8 hours. Okay, and my capacity load is 125% overloaded. I need extra 2 hours. Okay, I need extra 2 hours. System is saying that it needs extra 2 hours. Okay, so likewise, as I told in the very beginning, system will not check the SAP system while doing the creating the production orders or while doing the MRP run. System will not check the capacities. It will always consider that my work center has infinite capacity. Okay, and plan accordingly. It will not check whether my work center is able to do this or not. Okay. Now, this that will be impacted and shown here. Now, as a production guy, as a production planning end user, what he will do? He needs to do the capacity leveling now, right? He will evaluate, he will see that, he will understand that my work center has been overloaded, correct? Now he need to do the capacity leveling. So how he will do that? So the T code to do the capacity leveling is CM21. Okay. The T code to do the capacity leveling is CM21. How to go to that? Okay. So /n SAP, click on logistics, click on production, click on capacity planning, click on capacity leveling. Okay. Next, click on work center view, CM21, CM21 and CM22. So we will see both what is CM21 and what is CM22. Okay. So /n CM21. Okay. You have entered the works. You will give your work center. You will give the plant and you will give the capacity responsible planner and click on execute. Okay. Click on execute. You see here, if you click on the right side, on the first window, first section, it will show the work center view. Okay, means for dozer 3, right? For dozer 3, it will show the timeline. Okay, week wise. Okay, so June 2022, we have this much. I mean, the week, this what to say. The timeline it will show number of 22nd week, week 23, week 24, week 25, week 26, like that. Okay. And in the downside, okay, it will show the list of production orders that are there for that work center. Okay, that it will show in the downside. And if you see here, if you see this on week 22, it was showing in the red color. Why it is showing the red color? It was overloaded, right? It was overloaded. You want to see in the day wise. Okay. Now go to settings. Okay. Timeline. Once again, go to settings, display profiles. Okay. Click on display profiles. Okay, this is fine. Day wise, even I forgot where to set that to day. One second. Go to timeline, select. Table objects, find shift calendar, break time, scale, strategy. Okay, 1 second. Daily period split. Right. Okay. Yeah. How to do that? So I'll go back. I will show from beginning. So CM21. Click on execute. Where to do that day wise setting? Click on settings. Okay. Scale. You know, daily period split. Okay. You see, daily period split. So what happens as soon as you click on daily period split? It will show the day wise. Okay. On 2nd of June, right? And it has been spreaded to 3rd of June also. It is overloaded, correct? Now you want to do the leveling. How to do the leveling? So select this. Okay. Go to functions. Go to functions. Okay. Just a second. I mean, if long back I did all these things, little bit of. I'm just checking through the options. We have an option to put it. There is an option to mix it together. Option. Where is that? Capacity, person, order, operation, no functions, extras. Oh, 1 second. Select timeline, shift calendar, break times, scale, strategy. Yeah. Okay, let me check the strategy. This is fine. All these are fine. There is an option, where you will do that, combine together, and then you will click on dispatch. So I'm just trying to see where is that option of combine together. Just setup time automatically available to check extras. Okay, we'll do one thing. Let's click on dispatch and see what will happen. Okay, dispatch. Dispatching carried out successfully. Okay, good. Now, for what dates, so this one of the production order got removed, right? And where that got uh, scheduled, on which date that got scheduled, we need to see. Okay, so we'll see. Okay, 1 second. Let me save this capacity planning. Okay, save this. So what are the two production orders we had created? What are the two production orders we had created? Go to CO02. Okay, 182 and 181. Correct. So go to 181. Okay. So this 181, it is showing the same date like it was showing in the previous. If you go to 182, okay, it was also showing the same. Yeah, there was an option to do that actually. Let me check that. Okay, just right. So I'm going back to the same thing. Right. So what we are going to do? Let me create one more production order. Okay, 2923. Click on enter for 500. Okay, click on enter. Current date, enter. Okay, enter. Next, click on save. Click on save. Okay. Now go to CM21. No. Now go to CM21. Right. Enter. Again, you will see in a week wise. Now let me change it to day wise. Okay. View. Where is that? Scale. Where our daily period split. Okay. Next, click on edit. Select. This is what I was saying. Okay. Click on edit. Select object that belongs together. Okay, so select this, go to edit, select object that belongs together. Okay, now what is the next step? Click on functions and dispatch. Okay, right. Next, Oh, okay. We are in change mode of this order. Huh? Okay. Now go back. Go back. Okay. Now click on this tick mark. Okay. Now you see that, you see, it has been distributed till the 6th, June 6th. Okay. Save this. Simply save this. Now we will see the each and every order start date and end date. There you will understand. Before that, if I go to the capacity planning, what is that capacity planning? CM01. Okay. Click on enter. Right. Click on settings. Click on the day settings. Day wise. Okay. Where is the day wise? Click on environment. Click on settings. General. Click on day wise. Okay. You see, for one of the before it was how much? Before it was this one also got loaded. Now it was relieved, right? How? If I go and check the orders, okay, what was the order? Slash and CO02, okay. What was the order? 383, yeah? 383 and 382, okay. So 383 was not changed, but let us check the 382, okay. You see here, for this 383, 383, the end date has been moved from before it was how much? 7th, correct? If I go to the capacity leveling screen, there I will find, okay. So CM22, you are understanding how we did the capacity leveling. Simply, we will go, the end user will go to the CM21 transaction code and he will distribute the capacities across the days, number of days, depending on the work center available capacities. Okay. So system will take care and it will redistribute the production orders to the available capacity. Okay. So we'll go to CM21, right? CM21 and enter this. Click on enter. Click on execute. Right? You see, if I go to the scale hourly day split, okay, scale the daily split, right? You can see that the for this work center, let me do one thing. Go to edit, select object that belongs together, and click on functions, dispatch. Okay, you should look the planning log. That is fine. Okay, simply click on save. Okay, click on save. Okay, now go and check the order CO02 382. You see the dates got shifted. Okay, the dates got shifted, and go and check the order for 383. Okay, okay, I am already opening this order. Huh? Oh, fine. So I'll just close this window. Close this window, right? And now go to CO02. Okay, 382. Yes, yes. Tell me. Hello. Yes. Hello, Sunil. Yeah. Tell me, please. Hello. Am I audible? Am I audible? Hello. Guys, speak up, please. Okay. 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 You see? the order start dates got changed based on the capacity leveling. Okay, that is what we will do. The end user, not we, the consultant will never do the capacity leveling. The end user will do the capacity leveling like this. Okay, so that he will reduce the load. He will reduce the load for the work center. Okay, manually, not automatically. There was no option without PPDS. Only in SAP S4 HANA, you cannot do the capacity leveling automatically. It is a manual way of performing the capacity leveling. Okay. Now, what are the other ways to reduce the capacities? Okay. What are the other ways to reduce the capacity for a work center? Okay. So now, in order to show that, what I will do, I will go and create one more order. I'll go and create one more order. Okay. For that, on the same date, for the same work center, right? And click on save. Okay. Click on save. Now go to the capacity planning. If you click on refresh, again overloaded, correct? Again it was overloaded. So what is the one of the way to reduce the capacity? I can go to the order. Okay, I can go to the order, and if I release the order, okay, if I release the order, okay, save the order. Again, go back to the order. See yesterday concept. What I told yesterday. When an order is technically completed, when an order is set to take off, what will happen? The capacity will be nullified. Correct? The capacity will be reduced. Right? So how? If I go to function, let me set techo. Okay. I will set the techo. So before saving that, I will show you. See, it was 163%. No, if I click on refresh, nothing is going to change because it was the order is already not at takeout. I have not clicked on save. So once I click on save, okay, you will see that yesterday's class, the capacities gets reduced when the order is takeout. The capacity gets reduced now. So click on refresh. You see the capacity for that work center since the order was takeout, the capacity got reduced. Okay, very important functionality. Okay, so it will reduce the capacity of a work center because order is set to takeout. Okay, if I go to the change mode again, if I revoke the takeout, you see what will happen. Click on functions, restrict processing, revoke technically completion, and save. I have revoked the technically completion. Now I'm coming back to the capacity planning tab. Click on you see again system considered the we had reversed the takeoff and again the load is showing. Okay, so that is one way of reducing capacity. What is the one way? You will do the necessary operations, necessary cycle, execution cycle like release, okay, confirmation, goods issue, goods receipt, and once you set the order into takeoff, what will happen? It will reduce the available work center capacity, work center load. What is the second method of reducing the work center capacity? What is the second method? See, this is what we are here now. Okay, we are basically here. So increase available capacity. Okay, how to increase available capacity? So you will, if you increase the available capacity of your work center, then what will happen? Obviously, the load get reduced now. Correct. So how to do that? I will just go and increase the capacity of the work center. Simple. Correct. See, if I revoke, I will revoke the technical completion again. Okay. Why? Because I want the work center to be overloaded. And what is the second method of increasing the available capacity of the work center? I'm going to COR2, right? COR2. Okay. Sorry, not COR2, CR02. I was confused with the process. CR02. Go to the change mode of the work center. Go to the capacities and click on capacity. And I'm going to increase the capacity work center to how much? 8 hours to 15 hours. Okay. I have increased the capacity of the work center. Now go to CM01. If you click on refresh, what will happen? Obviously, what will happen? It will, since my capacity got increased, my load gets decreased. Correct? So the load got decreased now. So that is one more way. See, but you need to understand how practical this is possible. Okay. Since I have much load, I cannot go and increase the capacity now. It is not good now because the work center capacity is only to run 8 hours per day, right? I cannot go and increase the capacity of work center from 8 to 15. It doesn't have that capacity at least. So how I can go and increase? But this is one way of reducing the capacity of the work center. Correct? Okay. Now what is the other way? What is the other way of reducing the capacity of a work center? You can use alternate work center. Correct? Instead of using dozer 3 always, you can use dozer 4. You can use dozer 5, right? Which has the same kind of functionality of the operation like what dozer 3 does. Then what will happen? Automatically the load gets distributed to other work centers, correct? And this work center load gets reduced, correct? What is the other way? You see, I will show that also. Okay, alternate work center, how to make use of the alternate work center, and I will also show the date shift as well. Okay, so what I will do, I'm going to create one more production order. Okay, for 2923 for how much? Let's say 2000. 2000 and the current date. Enter. Okay, right? Click on save. Okay, now go to this. Click on refresh. Now overloaded. Correct. Now what we will do? I'm going to the change mode of the order, production order, the one which I had created. Go to the operations. Change this dozer 3 to any one of the other work center. Correct? What is other work center? We have let's say mixer 2, mixer 2. Okay, save this. Okay. Now I have used the alternate work center. Right? Now, if I go to this capacity planning tab, if I click on refresh, you will see what will happen. You see? Obviously, obviously it gets reduced. Why? Because instead of dozer 3, I had used one more work center, and that is how I had reduced the capacity. Okay, because I have used the alternate work center. Okay. Now I am going to the again to this production order. Okay. I go to the operations, put it back the dozer 3. Okay. Dozer 3. Save. Right. Now go to this. Click on refresh. Again loaded. Correct. Now what is the another way of reducing the capacity? What is another way? Simply shift the dates now. Shift the dates to 5th of June till how much? We'll keep 5th of June till 12th of June. Okay. Okay. We'll see one second. One second. We'll keep forward scheduling. Okay. 5th of June. Save this. 5th of June, it was a holiday, it seems. That is the reason it is throwing that error. I mean, throwing that warning. Okay. You see, we have simply shifted the dates. So it was shifted from 2nd of June and it was overloaded again on 7th of June. See, that is fine. But I just want to show you how the dates, the load get moved from one day to another day based on the order start date and the order finish dates. Okay, you are getting. So these are the different ways. What was another way? Instead of processing that operation within a plant, you could have processed that operation from external, okay, from a subcontractor. Okay. So even in that way, what you can achieve, you can reduce the work center load, right? Because it was externally processed, subcontracting process. That we will see the coming classes, how the subcontracting process, business flow, all those things. So if you could have uh, process that operation from an external vendor, then also the work center would have got the load on the work center would have got reduced. Okay, so these are the available ways of reducing the load for the work centers. Okay, you understood what we are trying to discuss and understand in this class. In this class we are simply understanding the what is meant by capacity planning, what is meant by capacity leveling, what is the capacity evaluation, methods of reducing the capacities for a work center. That is what we are understanding. And what will happen, as I told yesterday, once the order is set to take off, it will reduce the capacity of the work center. Okay, other than that, no impact happens. You can also able to post the goods movements. Okay, do the goods issue, do the goods received, all those things you can do, but you cannot do the confirmations. Okay, because my work center will be nullified, the capacity of the work center will get nullified. Okay, you understood? You understood?